Why do we have such a crisis? We are definitely in the center of hell. California spent billions to fix the problem, but the money is disappearing. Many people, not even the governor of California, know where the money went. This is Skid Row, a neighborhood in downtown Los Angeles. More than 6,000 homeless people live here, in the streets, in tents, and on the ground. California is the fourth largest state economy in the world, as if it were an independent country. Its economy alone will surpass Japan's in 2024. We're in Hollywood, with the famous Hollywood sign on the hill over here. There's just a lot of extreme poverty and extreme wealth. It's almost like there's this line, and the second you cross it, everything changes. In the streets of Skid Row, we will enter a world unlike any other. They gather the homeless here, everywhere. Despite the beauty of this place, the state and its climate are more than wonderful throughout the year. Today, we will learn the stories of organizations and state spending on the homeless, drugs, mental illness, and the veterans who ended up here on the street. Describe what it felt like living in Skid Row for years. It's not all bad as you think. You get to know everybody. Nobody ever goes to sleep. There's always somebody around. Being down here is honestly a give and take. Though you're homeless, someone's going to bring you food every day. You really never have to depend on yourself. Most organizations distribute food, free clothing, and even accommodation here. It's not just one street, but an entire neighborhood consisting of about 50 blocks, each with an area of approximately 1 square mile. It's one of the poorest and most homeless areas in all of America, home to marginalized groups where homelessness, addiction, and poverty reign. So this is like a feeding frenzy. It's almost animalistic. You have all these people diving at food as if they're starving. It's just this complete chaos. Just grabbing and scratching at food and stuff. First, we met a businessman from California. Follow and live the details closely. Well, my name is... I've been a business owner for over 20 years, and the problem has been the free money, free food, and all the benefits of being here. Since 2021, California spent billions to fix the problem. But how can you fix the problem if people, organizations, non-profit and profit organizations are getting all this money? They're not going to want to fix the problem, because they want to keep getting that money over and over. This is taxpayer money. Then there's another issue. Why is Skid Row called a dumping homeless area? Sadly, some other counties put homeless people in buses and dump them in Skid Row, because that's the area where most of them are living. They have tents everywhere. All this craziness is unbelievable in the richest state in the world with a GDP over $1 trillion. The problem is solvable, but politically, it's not a good idea. The people living here aren't all addicts. Each one has a story. Some are former soldiers who didn't get support after the war. It ended here for them. There are former prisoners who left prison with nowhere to go back to. There are people who were evicted from their homes after losing their jobs or due to debts. There are mentally ill patients abandoned by their families or medical institutions, and individuals looking for a new beginning but stuck in a difficult reality. And yes, drug addicts are the majority. So you were in a good position in your life. But then, I'm a cook. Always been a cook. I got one last question. How did this homeless crisis get so bad? And what would you do to fix it? I've been here for about 24 hours a day. This is my station, and I find this a safe place. Are you still homeless, or were you formerly homeless? I was formerly homeless. I just got my apartment. So, how did you get out? I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you want to leave the street, you can. You can't actually live on the street. You have to live here. You can go to that big, tall building right there. Go through a 90-day program, and they'll put you into that bigger building behind there. People don't leave. That's what I'm telling you. Don't look at how people physically look. It's all here, bro. It's all perception. If you grab anybody right now and say, "You know what? I got you," and in your mind, you're going to pick them up, get them a shower, get them something to eat, put them in a place to stay. You come back in 1 week. There may be a tent in the middle of that apartment. It's mental. Everybody's trying to pick up a body and take it in here, but most of the people that you put up in there can't end up paying their rent, and they come right back outside. But the important question is whether the existence of these organizations is a solution. Some say it's part of the problem. Stay with us until the end of the video because we're going to meet the largest organization receiving direct support from the government. Well, how long have you been homeless out here? About 15 months. Is anybody actively helping you off the streets? I filed for housing. I don't qualify for this or that program. Seriously. And I got stuck out here for 15 months. This is Catherine. She's been homeless out here for 15 months. She wants housing, isn't able to find it, but has a blunt, even families, ... We just want to work. We don't want to harm anyone. We want to work for a future for our children. We came from the jungle. We had a lot of work in Mexico. We were kidnapped, but thank God we are alive. Now we are in this situation. We don't want to be deported. At least we have work permits. We live in fear because of all the news we see every day. We only want to work, but we are being accused. It's hard. We ask God for help. That's all we ask for. There's a place specifically for disposing of used needles to prevent the spread of diseases. People's stories here are really overwhelming. It's ended up this way for them. We were still taking pictures. Look at this traditional dress. We knew his story from a small village. This time we didn't travel there because it was expensive. It may be expensive to use any SIM card. Our Allo company offers digital SIM cards without needing to go to a store or change your device's SIM card. I registered in the app before traveling and chose the suitable package for Indonesia. We really use their SIM cards in most countries of the world. That's why I trust them. And they're sponsoring this trip. As soon as you buy 10 gigabytes, they give you a barcode. Do this as soon as you enter. Just look. Activate any SIM card network for 10 gigabytes for 30 days at a very cheap price. Try it. This code gives you a $3 discount on your first order. Electronic chip details and discount code are in the video description. Back to Los Angeles. America is the richest country in the world, allocating huge budgets, but they don't actually reach the needy. They're suffering from unfair housing policies, lack of a free, comprehensive health system, and a strong capitalist individual economy that isolates the weak. How many tents are there in this area? I've been here for 13 years. You can never end homelessness. I call it the White House because the government is not doing their job properly. This is the White House Community Center. You can drop off food donations to the homeless. Welcome to the White House. This is my bed. This is where I sleep every night. We also see there's not a lot of hope here. A lot of people come to California and get trapped here and end up dying here. Not a lot of hope. Not a lot of help. Unfortunately, as you can see, this is a line of people at the mission, hoping to get in for the night and also get fed. Overall, this is a legitimate crisis. Just look around. Most of these people up here have mental issues, and they can't sign themselves in. That's what started all this. The government makes more money now off of putting people in these homes. And now we got all these things which come with non-profit organizations, because that's corporation. How long have you been out here? From 2014 to now. But the truth is, when you get free money, free food, nobody tells you what to do, and you're living in beautiful weather, green grass, comfortable places, I know why I wouldn't want to not be homeless. There's another problem nobody talks about. some of the really dangerous criminals. You see this car? It has 2 kids the same age as they're sitting inside doing drugs. This is where you get the drugs. Why choose this place? Because it's tolerant. Because no one's going to stop them. This is for kids who come down from their mom and daddy in California to smoke crystal. This is a police station, and it's completely surrounded by homeless and drug users, crime, and chaos. There's a sense of lawlessness going on in this community. This is not supposed to happen in America. My tax money goes in their pocket. The congressmen, the senators, the president, the mayors are paid. California is richer than Spain, than Italy. How can people sleep on the street? We will now go to one of the organizations. How do you walk here every morning? This is an organization. Let's go in now and understand who they are. We got permission to film inside. So, this is our education center. We have computers. We teach the Microsoft Office suite here. We have an education coordinator who helps people wherever they are. We have music classes here. We have about 300 people living in the Midnight Mission at any given time. We have crisis and bridge housing, which is emergency shelter to help connect people to services that are readily available. We also have a drug and alcohol recovery program, which is typically a year long. People can stay here, and we help get rid of all the obstacles there are for them being. And then we have a family program where we house homeless families. You have a home for them like this. Yeah, we have an apartment building. We serve 1 million meals a year. Just right here on Skid Row. Some people have this impression that we enable homeless people by providing these services. But while people are homeless, they need food, shelter, clothing, and anyone can come. In fact, the people who are eating here are not just homeless people. They are people in the community who we refer to as near. They have a job, they have an apartment, they pay their bills, but food is just too much. We have a barber shop that's run by volunteers. This women's shelter was the first of its kind in Skid Row. We are not relying on government funding, although we take some, but we really focus on treating people with dignity. I think if you go to the heart of the cause of homelessness, it's loneliness, that disconnection from community and family. There's no final solution for this. I don't think we end it forever. But I do think we need more services. There isn't one thing that's going to cure it. We just need more of it, because every day, more people are becoming homeless than are getting housed. The systems aren't working. Affordable housing, our mental health systems, people live here. There are 300 beds dedicated to people who decide to quit drugs. This one also came out of the street, and they put him here. That moment of clarity, we call it, where somebody comes in and says, I don't want to live this way anymore. They're in, you know, and that's what, torn tents and dirty sidewalks hide untold stories in the heart of the shining city. Their light is silently extinguished. You don't want to move to another country or another city. I want to move to another planet. Another planet. How do you do your little documentaries? I do this every day without the camera. How did this crisis get so bad? Who's to blame, and how do we solve it? You can't blame nobody but yourself. This was Skid Row. Special thanks to Kevin, the expert who accompanied me in this video. As you can see, 81% of viewers are not subscribers. Only 18% of subscribers are subscribed. So enjoy, and to benefit from this content, subscribe to the channel, because you will support us.